Is mature creationism deceptive? Many old Earth creationists and theistic evolutionists believe that mature creationism is deceptive on God's part. Either something has a scientifically established history or it doesn't. Essentially, theistic evolutionists and old Earth creationists believe that all strongly corroborated scientific evidence must be allowed to speak for itself. But are there times when the scientific evidence should not be allowed to speak for itself? Well, consider Jesus. The scriptures say this: "For this reason he had to be made like them, fully human in every way, in order that he might become a merciful high priest, faithful in the service of God, and that he might make atonement for the sins of the people." We should assume, therefore, that Jesus, being human, had two sets of chromosomes, one from the mother and one from the father, just like everybody else. Now, if not, then we really couldn't call him fully human. Now, if a non-Christian scientist conducted a test on Jesus's blood, the results would almost certainly indicate a chromosomal and biological blueprint no different than any other human. Now, for those who look at things in the natural, this would indicate that Jesus was nothing more than a man with a biological history just like anybody else. If you told the scientist that this human from which the blood was tested was divine and born of a virgin, he would most likely tell you that you were crazy. But does this mean that God is deceiving us? Well, of course not. Why? Well, because God forthrightly tells humans in his revelation about Jesus's virgin birth and divine nature. The scientist has no right to reject that revelation despite what the biological evidence suggests. Notice that in this case, the scientific data, well, it just cannot speak for itself. Those who suggest that God is lying or being deceptive because he created an extra set of chromosomes, complete with certain alleles that would seem to indicate a genuine historical connection with a real earthly father, are essentially putting their scientific convictions before their theological ones. Now, at this point, some may object, stating that Jesus's blood, well, it's not available for testing. This is the objection often raised against other examples of mature creationism, things like Jesus's wine, the fish, the bread, and even the creation of Adam. If it's not available for scientific testing, then young earth creationists can't use it as evidence. But what about Jesus's gender? That Jesus is, present tense, a male is a scientific fact. Or at least it ought to be for those who call themselves Christians. This also means that Jesus has a Y chromosome, but scientifically speaking, the Y chromosome is only passed on through the father, the mother passing on an X chromosome. This is a scientific fact. So here is my question for those that object. If the scientific evidence is unambiguous, that is, Jesus is a male, and he therefore has a Y chromosome, then how do they account for the existence of that Y chromosome? Remember, Jesus was born of a virgin. If the answer is in any way related to special revelation, then they are taking God at his word despite what the scientific evidence actually demands. Now, please just ponder this for a few seconds. Why are old earth creationists and theistic evolutionists willing to reject the scientific evidence and believe in the supernatural history associated with Jesus's DNA, but not the supernatural history woven into a fully created, mature universe? This is especially important since rejecting the reality of Jesus' supernaturally created partial genome will affect one's eternal destiny. That's all from me, Ken Coulson, here at Creation Unfolding. Look, if you were in any way blessed by this short video, then please like it, ring the bell, and subscribe for easier access to more videos, and go ahead and share this video on your social media platforms. Look, there is a website, www.creationunfolding.com. I've also got a book. Both of those resources have lots of other detailed information in them. I now have a donate button, so if you feel so led, please go to the description. You'll see a PayPal donate button there. And look, the most important thing that you can bless me with right now is prayer. If you could just spend a minute and pray for me, I'd be much appreciated. Thank you and goodbye.